It's finally here! My first outdoor nature video. Woo! My original plan for this video, I spent like 3 days out looking for stuff, and I was gonna just compile all the clips from those 3 days into one video. Turned out it was a lot more than I thought, so it'll be broken up into separate videos, but just know that going into this, I intended for this for the 3 days I spent out to be one video. Basically, what I want to do is for this video, I'm just gonna go to a bunch of places and just record everything I find. Like, that's what I want for the channel, is to document species for the channel, get as many species. So I've got my macro lens. It's not the best lens, but it's all I've really got for now. I'm just gonna go around, look for a bunch of insects. I've got a little container. I have a ruler, but I left it inside. But I'll probably bring it around with me to other places. But this is very exciting. This is episode 1 of insect documentation. You know, it might, there's a very good chance I'll get distracted by birds. I've got my binoculars as well, so, but I've got a few species on these plants right here. So this is Japanese knotweed. This is a super invasive plant in North America. Oh, and look at this. A silky field ant. Formica sepsirrhea, or it might be a complex. But look at that. First insect. Go right back on. Oh, of course, it doesn't want to leave. They don't go on my shirt. But there's our first species. And a Hymenopteron, too. So, there were some other flies over here. There's a green bottlefly, Lucilia species. There's probably the European blue bottlefly. Definitely meant to say green bottlefly. It's Lucilia something, I forget the name. Alright, I forgot. I have a container that I can catch stuff in, so I'm probably gonna just look around on my own, and then when I catch stuff, I'll start recording. Because there's a lot happening just in this one patch, and I've got I got a whole river to go down and explore, so. Look at this beautiful damselfly. Not sure what species. Looks like a familiar bluet, but don't know my damselflies very well. That is gorgeous. So I'll obviously voice over stuff when I figure out what it is. But that is beautiful. It's very cooperative in front of the macro lens, so I appreciate that. Super cool. Oh, there it goes. So, I was right about this being a bluet, but it's not the familiar bluet, it's the skimming bluet, Enelagma geminatum. It's a pretty cool species. It's actually one I don't think I'd previously seen before, or at least not seen it and identified it. So I'm very happy with this. It's an exciting find, and while I was out, I found a lot of these. This was a species that was pretty frequent during my time looking for stuff. Got myself a non-biting midge here in the family Chironomidae. I'll put this on iNaturalist, find out if we can get a genus. Maybe it's in the genus Chironomus, maybe it's not. It's very pretty. It's a cool species to get. But yeah, one of the cool things, a good tip for looking for insects, is just kind of hanging around in one spot. I mean, you stay in one place for long enough, there's all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna get photos of this in the macro lens. This is a very pretty looking damselfly. I got a really nice look at this chironomid fly, but I was unable to photograph the damselfly. But that happens a lot, especially with the insects that I saw in this video. But it's all just part of the process, and there's always another chance to see or photograph something. Here's one of my favorite ants, the American winter ant, Prenolepis imparis, and there's a few of them on this plant. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, that's a Lassia species. Oh, we got 2 different ants here. Okay, so we have a Lassia species here, type of citronella ant. Come on. That's our Lassius. The... Oh no, that's Lasius. Where's the winter ant? There it is. Oh my god. Okay, there's the winter ant. So that is our winter ant. There's another one here. These are really great. You see these a lot. They're some of the earliest ants to emerge in the spring. And they're one of the last ants to disappear in the fall. In fact, I think they do actually overlap into winter a little bit. So they're very cold resistant. And they collect pollen and nectar, or no, I don't think they collect pollen actually. They collect nectar, they make sort of a sweet honey-like substance that keeps them going through the winter, just like honeybees. And actually, as I was looking around here, I just found another chironomid fly right here. So there's a lot of stuff. We have a non-native plant here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is garlic mustard. Unless I am mistaken, this is just a look-alike. I don't know my plants very well, but I think this is garlic mustard, and this is another non-native plant. That's a big thing that's really important, is planting native plants. Non-native plants end up taking up a lot of space for native plants, and the native plants are obviously adapted to these ecosystems and environments, so it's really important to maintain these ecosystems and environments, and non-native plants end up just breaking the balance. But yeah, look, we've got knotweed, garlic mustard. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's native or not. I think this actually is. By planting native plants, it supports our insect populations and just all wildlife populations in general. Birds, mammals, reptiles, amphibians, all of it. Even fish benefit from it. So it does a whole lot of good. Oh, well, we have another ant here and another little fly. But this ant is going to be super tiny. This is Nylandria flavipes, the yellow-footed ant. Very, very small, but very cool. I've always had a tough time photographing this ant on the macro lens. It's not that it's too small. They've just always been able to avoid the camera. Oh, sorry, I looked away from it. Oh, and look at this. There's a ferruginous tiger crayfly. Beautiful. Look at that. Oh, and there's a lady beetle larvae. Lady beetle larvae. Very cool. But this crane fly. Yeah, look at that. That is gorgeous. There's some great stuff today. All right, now this is something awesome. This is a mayfly. I believe it's in the genus Stenocron. They call them light cahils. Or cowls. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but these are super cool. It's been quite a while since I've seen one. This is indeed a light cahil in the genus Stenocron. I don't know why I doubted myself. They're very, very distinct mayflies of the family Heptagenidae. And, oh, so beautiful. I'm really happy to have found this and to have documented it for the channel. Great species to get. Later on, I stumbled across this mining bee in the genus Andrena, which I identified as the hawthorn mining bee, Andrena cretegi, but I'm not 100% sure, and no one's confirmed it yet on iNaturalist, so I really don't know. Andrena tends to be a very cryptic genus. A lot of the species are nearly impossible to differentiate without careful examination of the genitalia or dissection, so not 100% sure. But I definitely know that this is an Andrena species, and I really love coming across these bees. They're really fun to find, and I found a lot of great species, so super happy to have this one on the channel. Another mining bee. This is Andrena carlini, the Carlin's mining bee. At least I think it is. As I said earlier, Andrena is a cryptic genus, and a lot of them can't be identified down to species without careful examination under a microscope. This is sort of a tentative ID. I've seen Carlin's mining bee a few times, but I don't know the exact details that define what it is, so I base it off of, oh yeah, this is what this looks like. However, that's not really a good way to approach identifying mining bees, so this probably should just stay as a genus level identification. Later on, I caught this bold jumping spider, Phidippus audax, which is probably one of my favorite spiders. The jumping spider family, Celticidae, is definitely one of my favorite spider families, if not my favorite spider family. They're just so intelligent and clever. They're also really, really adorable. There's so much intelligence in their eyes, though. You can see that they are really... There's something going on there, and it's fascinating. The bold jumping spider is a very distinct species. It's one of the larger species. There are many jumping spiders that are really small and really fast, so this is a good one to get because it's one of the bigger ones. Not to say that it's slower, because it is still very fast, but this one was very cooperative, and I'm very appreciative of this spider. Something cool you can see here is that it's using its palps, which look like little legs, to brush its chelicerae, which are the mouth parts and that hold the fangs. And that's part of where they get their name, those bright, iridescent, greenish blue chelicerae. They're very distinct. That's what gives them the name bold or regal jumping spider. Can't wait to find more of these. Super happy to have this one on the channel. So, yeah. Alright, well, I think that'll do it for this day, but still got a couple more days out here, so I'll see what else I can find. This first video, I mean, today I was just really looking for any insects that I could find, but maybe next couple days I'll try and pick a specific group to try and rack up our numbers in. So if I find other stuff, I'll point it out, but what I'll do for each video is I'll pick an order to look for, or a family even. That might be tough for some orders, but I'll pick a group. No, it's not weed. Sorry, that's all. That's your scenery while I talk, not weed. I think that'll be cool to sort of pick a group to focus on each day. So this first episode, I think, we'll just kind of see what we can see and then go from there.